Hello, my name is Paul and welcome to Building Blocks English. In today's lesson, we're going to look at WH-ever words and how we can use them. So, to start with, here's a sentence. I just want to meet someone who is friendly and kind. In this sentence, I'm using a relative clause with the relative pronoun who to refer to people. However, there is another type of word I can use. For example, I just want to meet someone whoever they might be. In this case, I've used whoever instead of the relative pronoun who to indicate it doesn't matter who that person is. Now, as we can see, inside of this relative clause, we have they might be. So we have they as a subject and might be as a verb, meaning that whoever is our object. And as we saw in our previous relative clauses videos, which you can check out, if who is used as an object, we can turn it into whom. This is also true for whoever. So I can also say, I just want to meet someone, whomever they might be. However, that's quite formal and not very common, so we don't use whomever that much. So, as I mentioned, we can use whoever or whomever to mean it doesn't matter. We can also use other words related to relative pronouns. And our relative pronouns, remember, are who, which, when, where, but. We can also use other words like what and how. And then add ever afterwards to create this same kind of meaning for other things. Let's look at some examples. So, firstly, whoever. Whoever comes to my party will receive a free gift bag. Here, whoever means the person who, or it doesn't matter who, or anyone who, right? Similarly, I could say, whoever wants a coffee should let me know now. I'm about to go to the cafe. Once again, whoever is referring to anybody who wants a coffee. Anyone who wants a coffee should let me know. Another example, who is Terence? He sounds interesting, whoever he is. So here, whoever is kind of referring to the person who. And as we've already seen, because he is the subject and is the verb, whoever becomes the object, so we can use whomever instead in more formal situations. Okay, let's talk about whichever. Here's an example. Take whichever bottle of wine you want, the red or the white. In this sentence, I'm using whichever to mean the thing which, or it doesn't matter which. Similarly, I can say, that sounds like hard work, whichever way you put it. So I'm saying it doesn't matter the way you put it, it still sounds like hard work. We can also use whatever. For example, take whatever you want from my garage, I'm getting rid of it all. And here, whatever means the thing that, or it doesn't matter what. So what's the difference between whichever and whatever? Well, remember, we use which when there is a limited or finite number. In this first example, I said take whichever bottle of wine you want, the red or the white. So I have two options, a limited number. However, in this next example, take whatever you want from my garage, I'm getting rid of it all. There are many options, an unlimited number, an infinite number. So if there is a limited or finite number, we use which or whichever. If there is an unlimited or infinite number, we use what. Here's another example with what. Whatever you do, don't upset your teacher. So it doesn't matter what you do. You can do whatever you like, just do not upset your teacher. Okay, let's move on to whenever. Come round whenever you like. I'm free all day. So, as with the other ones, I'm using whenever to mean the time that, it doesn't matter when, or any time. Here's another example. Whenever I plan to go jogging, it starts to rain. In this case, it's referring to any time, but we could more specifically refer to it as every time. Whenever I plan to go jogging, every time I plan to go jogging, it starts to rain. Or, I tend to get angry whenever I'm hungry. So, every time I'm hungry, I usually get angry. Okay, next we have wherever. Wherever we go on our next holiday, it will be a wonderful experience. So once again, wherever refers to the place that, or it doesn't matter where. We can go anywhere, I don't mind. I know it'll be a wonderful experience. Wherever we go, it'll be a wonderful experience. Another example, all the beds are empty in this dormitory. You can sleep wherever you like. Anywhere you like, it doesn't matter where. Or, I make new friends wherever I go. Doesn't matter where I go, I always make new friends. All right, next we'll talk about however. You can write the article however you want. There's no fixed style. Once again, I'm using however to mean it doesn't matter how or whichever way. Here's another example. Doing the test will be good for you, however well you do. And it doesn't matter how well you do, it'll be good for you to do the test. In both of these examples, I'm using however. But there is another way I can use however. For example, the test will be good for you, however, it will be difficult. Now, these two howevers are different. The first one, doing the test will be good for you, however well you do, is being used as an adverb, whereas in the second, the test will be good for you, however, it'll be difficult. I'm using it as a conjunction to mean on the other hand. That is, it is a conjunction which provides contrast. So it'll be a good test for you, but contrast, the opposite, it'll be difficult. It's important not to confuse these because they have different punctuation. When I use however as an adverb to mean it doesn't matter how, notice that it is the same sentence, there is no full stop or comma. But when I use however as a conjunction, it is a sentence connector, so it needs to come after a sentence, so a full stop, and then a comma to start the new clause in the new sentence. So, when do we use these WH-ever words? Well, one really common way is to provide emphasis in questions. However will you cope living in a new city without your parents to support you? So here, by using however, I am creating a sentence which is more emphatic, more emphasized than simply saying, how will you cope? Or, he hasn't smiled all day. Whatever is the matter. Again, whatever is stronger, more emphasized than just what is the matter. Or, you're always traveling somewhere. Wherever will you go next? Once again, wherever is more emphasized than simply saying where will you go next. So I'm expressing surprise or amazement or that I'm very impressed. Another way we can use these WH-ever words, which is very common, is to give vague responses. For example, when would you like to meet next? Whenever. It doesn't matter when, I don't mind. Or, what would you like me to make for dinner? Whatever. It doesn't matter what, I don't mind. Or, where should we visit for our anniversary? Wherever. Doesn't matter where, I don't mind. Now, these WH-ever words are very common. However, be careful with them when you're using them as a response, because when they're just one word, they can sound a little bit rude, a little bit impolite. So, in order to soften it, to make it more polite, we can fill out the sentence and add other words. For example, when would you like to meet next? Whenever you like, whenever you want. By adding these extra words, I have made my response sound more polite, less rude. Or, what would you like me to make for dinner? Whatever you like, whatever you want. This sounds fuller, more polite than whatever. And where should we visit for our anniversary? Wherever you like, wherever you want. This sounds better than just wherever. Okay, there is one more ever word, and this is whatsoever. He's so lazy, he never does any work whatsoever. So I'm using this whatsoever to mean at all. I'm adding emphasis in a negative sentence. Or, I want to speak to your manager. You have been no help to me whatsoever. I'm emphasizing the fact that you have been no help. Or, there is no reason whatsoever why you should find this difficult. I'm saying that there is no reason at all you should find this difficult. So again, I'm using this word for emphasis in a negative sentence. Okay, in this video, we have looked at WH-ever questions, and we've talked about how we use them to mean it doesn't matter who or what or which or why or when or where or how. And we typically use them when we want to emphasize questions, or possibly in a conversation when I want to give a response if I don't mind when or where or what we do. But remember, do add the words you like after the WH-ever word in order to make it more polite. Okay, so if you want more information about this topic, please follow the link to our website, which is in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, remember to like, subscribe, and tell all your friends. And I will see you next time. Bye.